What's going on, guys? CKD went to your video, and today we're going to be playing some Titanfall 2. This is the second weekend they have for launch. Well, not for launch, but the multiplayer tech test for Titanfall 2. I'm going to switch this up because we just got a new LMG. This is called the L-Star, apparently. I've heard good things about this on Twitter, but I don't know. Oh, well, that tells you. But I wanted to talk about something. Okay, so I just got off work, and last night I was at a friend's house. And we were talking about Kanye West's album, The Life of Pablo. Now, that came out this year. It was a great album, generally liked, I feel like generally it's liked, I feel like there's not really a lot of people hating on the album, but it wasn't a matter of fact of, like it or dislike it. It was really a matter of fact of what he's doing with the album currently right now, right? So what he's doing is he kind of made the album unexpectedly a living and breathing album, right? And it's like he just added, like, that was kind of what the conversation went through, was that, wow, I suck at, wow, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, but it's probably the wrong gun for the map. But we were talking about how he just put out a new song for the album, right, for Life of Pablo, right? And it's meant to oh, I suck. Wow. So it's meant to be added onto the album, right? A song that, was created, I guess, after, or maybe it was, hauled off for some reason, but a new song to an album, right? And, and this isn't the first thing he's done with the album, right? He's changed it. He's changed certain tracks. I think he's even changed, like, the order of tracks. Don't quote me on that. But, wow, this gun is whack. I don't think it's a good gun, guys. I think this gun might suck. I don't know who on Twitter told me this gun was good while I was at work, but I think they were wrong. But yeah, so like, we just started having a conversation on the premise of a living, breathing album, right? And so I kind of made the point that I'm not sure if I like it, right? Now listen, I'm an old school type of digital, old school, I'm saying old school. But I think I'm more of a traditional music buyer, right? And what I mean by that is that I still use iTunes, right? I always tend to want to own the album rather than like stream it. I really tend to do that. Like I have Apple Music, but I don't really use it that much. If I'm gonna buy music, like I'm gonna buy it from the iTunes store. You know what I'm saying? That's just more of that's just more along the lines of how I like to get my music, right? And the modern day thing today, is to stream it off of Apple Music or stream it off Spotify, which is completely fine. You know what I'm saying? It's just for some reason not my cup of tea, and I don't know why. I don't know what it is about me, but I like, well, I think I kind of know why. It's that, I've been building my iTunes library ever since I was, I've been able to buy my own music, which was, a couple years ago, right? So ever since, I want to say maybe, let's say, since I was like 10, you know what I'm saying? I've been, been able to buy my own music, right? And so I've been building my iTunes library for years now, right? And yeah, granted, I can just keep, my library and just stream, some music, but I don't know why. It's just not my thing. I'd rather purchase it and own it rather than stream it. And like, and granted, I am probably an idiot, right? I am probably dumb for doing that because, realistically, it would be more cost effective for me to just have an Apple Music subscription and technically own all of the music that's on the service, right? Technically own it, even though I don't really own it. I really don't know, because like I have no issue with streaming videos. I have no issue with streaming, movies on Netflix. I have no issue with that. But when it comes to music, it's something weird with me where I feel like, I just have to own it, right? And so basically, having a living, breathing album does not go in tandem with me and my traditional way of getting music. You know what I'm saying? Because my music is saved offline. It is saved locally to my phone, locally to my hard drive. Like it is a physical thing, right? And unless they come up with a way that it just updates over the internet, like, if I connect something, it'll like give me a notification saying, hey, there's, a new track, or like there's an update. But if, they had like album updates, like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know how I feel about that, right? I'm not sure. I don't know. Like, would I want that? I don't know. I feel like it'd be interesting, definitely. But I'm not sure how that would go down because, you know, kind of my thing is, kind of like the big thing I made a point last night when we were all discussing this was with me and my friends, was that I believe that an album is supposed to say something. It's supposed to say, portray an emotion, portray a message. It's supposed to achieve something, right? And it's supposed to achieve it upon release, you know, generally, you know, upon release. Like, you know, you put out an album, you curate it, you know, have the track listing, you have, you know, what the tracks are named, you have the artwork, like everything all comes in tandem to create the album, right? To create it what it's supposed to achieve, right? What story you're trying to tell with the album, right? And just having it be an ever updating thing, it just kind of deteriorates. It's almost like we're gonna be like kind of like having updates, you know what I'm saying, instead of like having a polished game, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like with kind of like this game, you know how this game, you know, in the first Titanfall didn't have campaign. It'll be it'll kind of feel that way, you know. I kind of feel like I'm not getting the whole entire experience, knowing that this album will be, you know, updated or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of what the vibe I believe that I'll probably get from it, you know. I feel a lot like how other people feel about, you know, kind of like games where they feel like they're being snuffed out or they're being cheated out, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, that's just my thing. Let me know what you guys think, you know, because this is kind of a thing that I've kind of been, you know, seeing a lot of, like seeing, would I enjoy, you know, having a living and breathing album type of thing, you know? I'm not sure if I would. I really don't know because I never had it. But let me know down in the comments below, what do you guys feel about this topic? What do you guys feel about, you know, music in general and it being a living, breathing thing that ever updates you? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, right down there, check out my description, my Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, all the good stuff. You can follow me on there. Also, down below, if you enjoy the content, if you enjoy me, if you enjoy this topic, if you enjoy my presence on this Sunday Chill Vibes, you know, let me know down with a like and a share and a subscription. I do appreciate all the feedback you guys give me. Thanks for watching, and as always, I got you.